If you want to automate repetitive tasks and make your workflow much more efficient, Zapier is one of the easiest tools to learn. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Zapier effectively, step by step, so you can build a simple automation, test it properly, and publish it with confidence. If this tutorial helps you, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more software tutorials just like this. Alright, let's get into it. First, go to Zapier in your browser and sign into your account. Once you land on the Zapier dashboard, look for the Create button at the top or in the main menu. This is where you start building new automations inside Zapier. Click on Create and then choose Zap Workflows. A Zap is basically an automated workflow that connects two or more apps together, so when something happens in one app, Zapier can trigger an action in another app. Now, you'll be taken into the Zap editor. The first thing you need to set up is the trigger. Click on Trigger, because this is the event that starts the automation. In the search bar, type Email Parser and select it from the list. Email Parser is a useful trigger if you want Zapier to watch for incoming past emails and use that data in a workflow. After selecting it, choose an event. If you're not sure which one to use, select any so you can move forward with the setup and keep things simple. Then log into your account when Zapier asks for access. This connects your app properly and lets Zapier read the trigger data. Once the trigger is connected, move on to the action step. Click on Action, because this tells Zapier what to do after the trigger happens. In the app search bar, type Sheets and choose the spreadsheet app you want to use, such as Google Sheets. After selecting it, click on Choose an Event and pick the action you want Zapier to perform. This could be adding a row, updating a row, or another spreadsheet action depending on your workflow. Again, log into your account when prompted so Zapier can connect to the app securely. At this point, your basic Zap structure is in place. You have a trigger on one side and an action on the other side. That's the core of how Zapier works. Now look for the Build It option at the top and click it to continue building the workflow. This is where you can review the setup, make sure the trigger and action are correctly configured, and prepare everything for a test. Before publishing, always run a test. Click on Test Run so Zapier can verify that the automation works the way you expect. Testing is important because it helps you catch mistakes before your Zap goes live. If the test pulls in the right sample data and the action behaves correctly, then you know your workflow is ready. After the test is successful, click Publish. This makes your Zap active so it can start running automatically in the background. From this point on, Zapier will handle the workflow for you, saving time and reducing manual work. And that's the easiest way to use Zapier effectively. You went from opening the dashboard, creating a Zap workflow, setting up a trigger, connecting an action, testing the automation, and publishing it live. Once you understand this process, you can build all kinds of workflows to save time across your favorite apps. If this video helped you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more step-by-step tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.